gosh. I missed, like, last week's stream, but that's okay, because I was doing really awesome and cool things. I have to remember what I was doing. Oh, last week my family had their 4th of July party. That's why I couldn't stream. Anyways, welcome, Jinxed. Welcome, Canny Cumin. Hi! It says you're a first-time chatter, so welcome if this is also your first time watching a stream. Hello, Gas Hog. Also, I gotta crack this sucker open. Yeah! Oh yeah, I found somebody's cat on Artfight and I'm gonna draw them. Because this is a wonderful, wonderful, Saturday afternoon. And that's what we have to do. I also didn't warm up at all today. I haven't been drawing. Pips, hi! Oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of, so, first of all, I'm gonna open up a fortune cookie. Speaking of nothing. Oh crap, it just crumbled. I wanted to open up and eat this fortune cookie on stream because I thought it would be funny. Look at what it says. It says you will move, hold on, you can't even read it. You move to a wonderful new home within the year. I hope you could hear all of that. Anyways. According to my fortune cookie, I'm gonna move into a new home within the year. Don't know how plausible that is, but, you know, that's an actual fortune. Sometimes it just gives you, like, you are such a kind person. You bring smiles to everybody around you. That was an actual fortune. I'm happy about that one. Okay. You can still hear the crunching. It's picking up on the mic. I can just see it. Okay. Now I will actually do what I came here to do and draw. Like I said though, I didn't warm up. And I'm kind of just gonna do whatever I can. So, I wonder, hold on, does this person have a description? Beautiful little kitty. Oh, okay, hold on. I will read you the description on Artfight that this wonderful cat has. Hey! And I'm gonna get you, actually I can. Hold on. Well, I don't want to, like, walk away. Anne! You stink! She's in the other room. Anyways, the description that this cat has is she's a super friendly orange cat who likes to cuddle. Rosa loves to go on walks outside. Come on in! Why'd you do that? I'm gonna get you. Alright, she's 6 years old. Get out! Terrible. She's like in the other room, cheered 100 bits. As if we're not roommates. Also, hi Longboard. I love cats so much. My friend Danny recently got a little, like, Maine Coon kitten, and oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay. Hold on, I gotta redo my approach here. Like I said, I didn't warm up at all, so I don't really know. I would like to say I have an idea of what I'm doing. Yo, crap! What up? Little guy. We're gonna go see him tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. The little kitten. Danny's cat. Guys, I love cats so much, but me and my friends were talking, and this was before, so literally my friend Danny just got this cat, right? Let me see if I do have pictures of him. But we were talking and I was like, man, I don't know if I could get a cat, like, personally. But that's just because I don't like how they scratch furniture. And I know that there's, like, you can get cat scratchers, and there's, like, ways to make it, you know, not terrible, right? However, this is the freak. This is Danny's cat. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name. It's like Koenig, something. Oh, Anne just sent me pictures. But his last name is Fortnite, and that's all that matters. But he's a little guy. Oh, hey, Kata. But I'm excited to meet him because we got him. You know how kittens are always like, or like really any animal whenever you first like bring them home or whatever, they're like trying to figure out where they're at. They're like adjusting and stuff, so they're not like cracked out. Apparently this little guy is like super all over the place, so I'm very excited to meet him again. Now that he's comfortable in his new home. Oh my gosh, my Void puts his hands in the tissue box and starts shredding them to get my attention. That's terrible. I've seen videos where some people's cats will like pretend to eat cords to get their owner's attention. Anne! Stop! Thank you! She's literally insane. Anne is in the other room throwing bits at me. It's really sweet, but it's really sweet. Thank you! I love cats so much. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I could do a cat because they just scratch everything up and stuff. And they're like really silly. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, cats are amazing. I love them to death, but, you know? I just think I'm more of a dog person, honestly, which is really, like, surprising. But Link, once I got Link, that kind of just set it in stone for me. I was like, alright, this dude is amazing. This dog, guys, he's awesome. Link, however, hates cats, or he hates, this is terrible, he hates specific types of cats. So, he only likes black and white cats, so tuxedo cats is the only kind of cat that he likes. Tabbies he will bark at in the streets. Plain black cats he'll bark at. Calico cats he'll try to bark at. But, like, and the reason why I think this is because he grew up alongside my family cat, which her name is Oreo, of course. Tuxedo cat. My dog is racist, yes. Because you threw bits at me, Anne. That's why it's pretty. But also you deserve it, because you're a pretty person. Anyways, so, this dog, he, like, whenever I take him on walks, he starts barking at every single, like, cat that we walk by. Unless it's a black and white cat. But anyways, he grew up alongside my family cat, which is black and white, so. I just saw my bits tank again. And if that happens consistently, I'm literally gonna throw up on stream. Live, you will all get to see it. You won't actually, because that's not gonna happen, but I said it and then I had regrets. I'm gonna be so for real. I love drawing people's pets. Sometimes whenever I get like commissioned, whenever I have my commissions open and people are like, can you draw my animal? I'm like, absolutely I can. Please. What did Anne just send me? So, I have to tell you guys something. I've been trying to kind of, like, quit relying, like, okay, I've been trying to stop relying on my phone to do absolutely everything that I need, because, like, I use it to play music, I use it as an alarm clock, I use it as, you know, literally everything. A camera, you know, a microphone, not a microphone, like a camera, a recorder, stuff like that. I've been trying to move away from, like, doing everything. Happy Leif Erikson Day. Is that today? Or are you just being insane? Anyways, I've been trying to quit using my phone for absolutely everything, and today I just bought an alarm clock, like a digital alarm clock, and I got back my iPod Nano. Oh, I just disconnected it without ejecting it. It's fine. I got my old iPod Nano that I had in, like, 2013. I was, like, 9 or 10 whenever I got this thing. And it thinks the time is 3:42 a.m. It's got a touch screen and Bluetooth. So isn't that awesome? But also it has all of my songs from whenever I was little itty bitty. And the first song that started playing on this iPod whenever I got it back from my mom was Imagine Dragons. And it made me very happy, because I was like, there's no way that was the last thing I was listening to. Because, like, I don't know, there's just a point in time, there was a point in time where there was, like, where I just stopped using it. There was, like, one last touch of the button, one last, you know, like, you know, I just, oh man, I just find it interesting, but I got it back, and I'm gonna be using it now. Dude, yeah, and I had like a bunch of pictures on it from whenever I would just go on Pinterest and like save Pokemon crap and put it on my iPod. And I would just, I was looking through a little bit of them, and there was also Warrior Cat stuff, which made me laugh. The Warrior Cat stuff was like, I don't even know. There was this artist that I really liked, but I don't even know, I can't even tell you who they are really. I don't know the name, but they drew like these little comic strips of the cats from the series. Golly, and there's like Zelda stuff on here too. I have pictures of deer. Just random pictures of deer. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff. It's like, you know, things that a 10-year-old would have on an iPod, you know. It's amazing. I love drawing cats. I'm debating on doing the thing where I draw the tail like this. Not because I can't draw the back paws, but also because I think it would just look good. And I can totally draw back paws if I wanted to. Don't look at me. So. I know that this has, so I remember vividly listening to the song Summer of '69 on this thing, and also Aerosmith, and I thought I was the coolest kid in 4th grade. Like, I was in the classroom, and it was, like, one of the last days of school, and I was like, yeah, I listened to Aerosmith on my iPod, I'm awesome. I listened to the Summer of '69, because it's really cool. I got my first real 6 string. I almost forgot the song. It's been so long since I listened to it, actually. Bought it at the 5 and dime. Golly, I I am gonna have to set the time on this. But hey, it has a fitness thing on it. And a radio. And podcast. I need to get on, I need to download iTunes or figure out how to, like, mod that thing, if I can. If that's even possible. Which, with, you know, everything that you can do with a 3DS and stuff, I'm sure I can mod it. You can do anything with technology. Anything that you want. Everything, even. Echo! Echo! Welcome, dude. Thank you for the sub. I love drawing, guys. I hope you know this. I think you actually do know this, but I like drawing a lot. I gotta tell you guys, I've been playing Super Mario 64 again. And I was like, oh, dude, like, I don't need a walkthrough. Like, I could just play the game and be awesome at doing it, cause, you know, it's Mario 64. I got this in the bag. That was my mentality going in. I forgot playing the game is like a bad riddle, trying to figure out where the stars are. Because I am just wandering around aimlessly, and each title is like, in the talons of the big bird, and then you go to like the dry desert, and you're like, where the crap is this bird? And you see it's up flying around on this pillar, and you're like, well, obviously I need to get up there, so I'm looking around for platforms. There's no platforms, okay? So it's like, how the heck am I supposed to get up to this bird? I was supposed to run up the side of this pillar, but the game doesn't tell you that you actually can do that. So I don't know how I was gonna figure that out on my own, but I mean, people in the like 90s did it, so I definitely was capable. However, it was not a possibility that crossed my mind, and so I genuinely don't know how I was gonna beat that level without a walkthrough. But I don't know, slowly but surely I am going to figure out how to actually genuinely play that game without looking at like the IGN, how to get this thing on Mario 64. I'll figure it out, but right now we're not there. I'm determined. Dude, literally the amount of trial and error. I'm like, how was a kid in the 90s supposed to figure this out? And so me, like, playing these games, I legitimately feel stupid. Cause I'm like, dude, they didn't have Google. Or I mean, they did. They had Google. But like, you know, there wasn't like, it wasn't as easy to get to, I feel like, you know? Cause their parents didn't play video games, probably. It's killing me. It killed me. Video games, man. And then okay, so I was also trying to play Earthbound Beginnings, and it's gonna be a long time before I decide to beat that game, because I finally got Lloyd in my party, but each party, the game is such a grind, each party member starts at like level 1 whenever they join your team. And so I had to like sit there and grind to get him to like level 10. And then by that point I'm like, oh, this is great. I can walk around the fields. I get hit by a truck who gives me asthma attacks. Can't do jack squat against this thing. Then I like I'm playing the game, trying to have a good time. I'm like, it's okay, we just need to grind a little bit more. For some dumb reason, I decide to close out the game without saving. Why did I do that? I lost 3 to 4 hours of my progress of grind time. Lloyd wasn't even on my party whenever I went back. It was devastating. Thank you for the toots. They're wonderful. But no, it's evil. Yeah, so then listen, I don't like to say I've been defeated or my will to beat the game has been lost because of this giant just setback, because I'm gonna get back to it again. God, I needed to take a break. That does not happen to me often at all with video games, but I was tweaking, I was losing my mind. Mind you, I figured out that I forgot to save at my job on my break. So I turn on my Switch, I go to the little emulator, and I look at it, and I'm like, oh no. And so I turn it on, and like I'm going through looking at my save states, and I'm like, oh. I probably looked like I had like somebody had died in my family. That's the turmoil I was going through. The will has simply gone on a walk, literally. Yep, strategically retreating until I find the morale. Dude, it literally is so, it's pain. It's pain whenever that happens. Cause then you gotta start all over again. But, I mean, I don't know. I got through Magicant, at least. It didn't put me, like, all the way back. Before Magicant. Which was evil. Oh my gosh. Like, listen. The first Earthbound game is great for what it is. But, playing an NES RPG is literally difficult. Like, we have video games are so convenient now. Okay, I kid you not. They're really convenient now because the original games, they were still trying to figure crap out. They were trying to still balance things, right? Man. I believe it whenever the old people say, back in my day, we had to climb a mountain to get to school. I believe it. God, even video games were difficult back then. I remember raging on my own level on Mario Maker. Wait, tried to submit it. I knew it was possible. Oh my gosh. Because I almost beat it on my first time, but ended up taking hours. Yeah, I couldn't play Mario Maker, personally. So, those are the kind of games where you just have to get good at it, because it's not impossible. It's just like skill based, right? And oh man, it's so hard to just try to spend that time to get good at it. Because in my mind, that, like, you know, I could be playing something that's just not as killer and is going to put me into, like, an evil set of, you know, mentality, I guess. No, yeah. Like, I don't mind those games at all. I genuinely should play more of them. Because I think that I just don't... Like, I like a challenge... But whenever it gets too challenging, I'm like, oh, I gotta play something fun. And then I, like, go to, like, the easiest game on planet Earth, you know? I'm not bad at playing video games, but I realized that I'm, like, not as good as I'd like to be, I guess. Cause I brute force a lot, and I want to, develop my gamer skills, you know? But it's hard. Old people are not as good at video games, don't worry, thank you. I've been playing an indie sort of Stardew game called Fields of Mysteria? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Dude, okay, that reminds me. My friend Bree got me this game called, oh my gosh, what was it called? I gotta go on Steam. Give me like 2 seconds. Everhood, that's what it was. I was gonna try and say it was Everbound, but no, it's Everhood. It's a rhythm RPG type style game. But it's really, like, brightly colored. The pixel, so it has a 2D pixel style, which is awesome. And I love the combat, but it's literally like, the combat is, you play as like this little character, and he's at the end of the screen right here, right? And then all of the notes, they kind of look like Guitar Hero like notes. They come at you, all right? And so you have to move and jump to avoid them. And each time you pass like a checkpoint, I think, you do damage to the person that you're fighting. So like, it's really interesting, but you have to literally just survive. It's super cool. Hi, Goofy. I like it a lot, but it's really hard. The only complaint that I have is that it's really hard to tell, like, when you're gonna get, like, where the notes are on the screen, because, like, it throws my depth perception off. It has a fade out, or a fade in. Wherever the, note blocks move, there's, like, echoes behind it. So I'm focused on the echoes up, and I'm not looking at the solid shape that's trying to kill me. And so I normally get it mixed up and die. Which is just, that's skill issue, you know? But we're gonna get good at it. I don't know what song this is. Hold on. Lobby music, fishing resort Wii. I want to play Wii fishing games. Random monkeys! Woo! Everybody's in today. Hi! I love seeing people. I want to play Wii fishing games. We had this one, and hold on, I'm gonna go on a side tangent. Wii fishing games. We had this one, and I loved it to death. It was this one. I don't know what this one is. That looks familiar. No, what is that? Real fishing. That's what it, real fishing. So, hold on. We had this game called Real Fishing, and it was, okay, Angler's Dream. That's what it was. So, oh my gosh, it came with the fishing thing. Anyways, this was it. This was what I used to play a lot as a kid. And there's this old guy that would be sitting in your cabin and would be telling you about fish legends. And there's one point in the game where he just disappears. Mind you, I was small. I was a wee lass playing this game. So whenever I was, whenever I was going through it, there's a point where he just leaves. Like, he's just not there anymore. So I thought he died. And I don't know if that actually happens in the game or not. But I'm gonna have to play it. This might be a stream game. We might have to play it, okay? Also, I kind of want, look at this. This better actually exist. This? Give that to me now. Where is that? I have to find it. I want to fish. I want a fishing Wiimote. No, I have to do it. Dude, I want to do that so bad. After we beat, so, okay, here's my plan, by the way, guys. This month, I'm going to probably take a break from playing, Minish Cap, just because Artfight I want this month's streams to be just Artfight streams, which I think will be the next week after this one. So the 26th. Yeah. So we're gonna have one more Artfight stream, and then wow! Welcome! Hi! We're gonna have one more Artfight stream, and then I'll get back to playing Minish Cap. So, just so you guys know, but do you know of the legendary Game Boy fishing wait a minute. Hold on. I don't. What? That's awesome! They had that! It's almost $1,000, but oh my gosh, it's literally a fishing sonar. It's a fishing accessory for the Game Boy. Hold on. Look at that. That's wild. Shopping. Hold on. Dude. That's insane that exists. That existed at one point in time. Woo! Oh my gosh, guys, it's a rat from Team Fossil. Dude. I hope you have a pleasant day as well. What, Albert? Albert Husker. I'm on Team Crystals, so we are now, like, sworn enemies, on different sides of the war. So, I hope you have an amazing day, but if I find you, I'll get you. Also, okay, hold on. Put in the chat what team you're in. I want to see how many people are in Fossil versus Crystal, which I took a poll on my Instagram account before Artfight started, so I'm assuming most of you guys are on Team Fossil, because I switched teams based off of, like, the majority who was in, like, who was voting, on my Instagram story. Okay. Immensely rare, glad to be blowing mine today. Now I know that there's a fishing sonar for the Game Boy. Crystals! Whoa! So, enemy, very well. Be my 60th attack, what? Okay. If I am any attack sooner than your, than 60th, I'll be disappointed, because that means you lied to me. But also, I'll be keeping my eye out on you, okay? I'm gonna be staring at my Artfight screen. I'm gonna be watching like a hawk. I'll get you. Also, Artfight slaps, Goofy, it is, oh, wait, I thought, no, okay. It makes sense, actually. Okay, hold on. Artfight is whenever artists are split into teams, and then you just draw each other's characters to get points for whatever team you're on. But, it's like this big fat website, pretty cool. Anyways, back to kind of video game talk. I watch a lot of Did You Know Gaming videos while I work. Or, I say watch. I listen to a lot of them while I work. Like a podcast. And that's where I get most of my gaming info video, like facts from. They're pretty solid. Dude, the website didn't crash this year. You guys have to understand that is insane. I have been on Artfight since, let me look, actually. Okay, I've been on Artfight since 2018. And at that point, it had only been going for like a couple years. Hold on. how many years has Artfight been a thing? Do we know this? It's been a thing for a good chunk of time, pretty much though. Hold on, now I'm looking at this because I'm really curious. I don't even know if I can find that. Oh, it's killing me. Amazing. Dude, yeah. No, that's unheard of for Artfight. Like, that's impossible. Because the site just gets flooded on the first. And it just crashes. But ooh, it didn't. And me and my friend Anne were just flabbergasted. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know what they did different, but it's awesome whatever they did. Oh my gosh, I love drawing. Oh, I love drawing so much. Okay. I'm gonna eyeball the colors on this cat. Oops. Didn't want to do that, actually. I meant to do this. I mean, I figured they'd be prepared sooner because everybody joins Artfight. Like, you know? And I don't even know. Like, everybody's on there. Okay, this is where drawing actual people's pets gets a little tricky. Because I gotta make it, like, the patterns a little bit more accurate than I would do it normally. Also, hold on. Let's see here. There we go. The teams are different each year, yeah. So each year has a different theme. And so this year's was crystals and fossils. I think what was it last year was vampires and werewolves. And then there was like coffee and tea. Stuff like that. Oh, Stardust versus Seafoam. Yep. Time escapes me. But yeah, the themes are always really nice. I think this year's was, like, probably the most balanced theme out of all of them. Because it always seems like there's one more lopsided than the other, you know what I mean? But I think the balancing this year was really on point. This is really random, but it's that time of year where I think I really want to play Stardew Valley again. I always have those, like, you know, bursts of inspiration. Also, I think that Stardew Valley became one of the top, like the top rated game on Steam. Am I wrong about that? I think I'm not wrong. I think I should be right about that because I'm the one who's saying it, but, like, also if I'm not. Dude, it's literally that time of year. Oh, I need to change that color a little bit. There we go. Okay. Give me a second. Kibby. I love Kirby music so much, actually. So I heard that okay, so what's his face? That sounds really disrespectful, but the guy who made, Super Smash Bros., I heard that he wasn't gonna make another one unless Nintendo allowed him to make, like, Kirby Air Riders, or whatever it's called. I haven't really played that many Kirby games, and I feel bad, because they're actually really good. But I guess that's why we're getting another of the Kirby games. Cause what, it came out for the GameCube, right? Dude, the GameCube was such a vibe. I don't think that it gets enough love. That console was amazing. It's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, it was a cube with a handle. Oh, it was awesome. So you could take it from room to room. Also, this was like, dude, I actually don't wish this, but I kind of wish that I was older and could appreciate consoles like that whenever they first came out. Because, by the way, the GameCube was released in, like, hold on, the 2000s, like, early. I was born in 2003. Is that wild? Yes. Because, you know, oh, the best games came out in that time. Okay. When was the GameCube? It was released. Okay. It was released in North America in 2001. It is older than me. It's older than me. I wish that I could have appreciated it whenever it came out, though, because the thing was revolutionary for its time. I say that it wasn't necessarily, but it was super cool. The Wii, however, I remember watching Netflix on. 2006. Oh, I remember whenever that came out, too. Holy crap! I wish that I was more aware and conscious of things so I could appreciate them whenever they were there. The Wii came out in 2006. I was 3. I remember this. I remember getting a Wii. I grew up with the Cube, but it was my brother's, and he sold it at GameStop for, like, nothing with all the, no! Okay, so, I gotta give you guys some, like, lore on how it is a little bit at my job, because, of course, my coworkers are mostly dudes, right? But some of them are dudes who like, grew up with these games, right? And so it's really funny, because I can talk to them about these games as if I was there during the time that they were new and came out. However, I wasn't. But it's silly because they will ask me questions. They'll be like, oh yeah, do you remember this game? Like, you know, and blah, 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 blah. And normally I'm like, oh yeah, it's that one. However, okay, there was one that I didn't recognize, and it was called Go-Go Hyperdrive for the GameCube. I go, and I'm like, that sounds really cool, because apparently it was made by the same dude who, like, made Ren and Stimpy, I think it was, and, it was like a skateboarding game, right? That's what my coworker told me, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, like, that sounds awesome. I'll keep an eye out for it, because, like, I might buy that for my GameCube if I see it. I find it at a retro game store for $500. Okay, hold on. I was flabbergasted. So I go back to the store and to my work, the next day, and I tell him, I'm like, dude, you know that game that you told me about that you recommended I should get? You want to know how much money it is? And he was so pissed that it was so much money, because he was like, I sold that game! I had it and I sold it, I should have kept it! And I was like, this is pain. Like, I'm watching this I probably shouldn't have even told him. I'm like, it was painful. Hold on. Oh, it was Go-Go Hyper Grind, not Hyperdrive. My bad, guys. Hyper Grind. But it's this... Okay. It looks cool. Like, it actually does. But it was on the GameCube. And look at that. It looks sick. I was like, yeah, that looks like something I would play. Yeah, $537. This fills me with pain. And then $200 to $300 for the loose disc. Video games kill me sometimes, as much as I love them. But yeah. I'm so glad my babysitter gifted me her OG Game Boy. I grew up with a device older than me, but my parents sold it. Oh no! At one point with an original box, and so no! That's insane. Oh, that fills me with pain. No, I definitely, like, any time that I hear people who are like, oh hey, I'm selling my game for like this much money, I just don't play it anymore, and it's like a DS and stuff. I'm a sucker, man. I will buy those up. I'm a sucker, man. But I was talking to one of my friends though, and she was like, yeah, I just don't use my 3DS anymore, so I'm thinking about selling it. And I was like, don't, you'll regret it. I can't, because I think she was talking about selling it to me, but I was like, dude, here's the thing. I can't accept video games from friends like that unless you just up and send it to me, because here's the deal, man, is that I know the pain of giving something away, and then you think, and you're like, wow, I want it back, and then you just can't get it back, which, I mean, in my case, I would absolutely give it back, but, like, also, I was like, don't, you're gonna regret it. Oh, I just flipped it. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. This cat knows some tricks. Okay. I'm gonna make like a little bit of I don't think I'm gonna shade it, but I'm gonna change the line art at least. The line art color. Kibby! Kibby's done! I own 4 OG Game Boys, link cables. Oh my gosh. 4-player adapter. One day I want to run 4-player. Oh my gosh, 4-player Faceball 2000 versus mode. Dude, I love gaming. I love old games. I love new games. I love video games so much. And I think that games deserve to be played, and I think that games deserve to be preserved, and I think that everybody should be able to access these games anytime they want, because they're just amazing, even though I know that just can't happen under some circumstances. However, I love games so much, you know, and they're so cool. Golly. That's why, with what I think about piracy. Hold on. I'm trying to save this file now. I have a lot of opinions on piracy and pirating games, because I think that if you can't access a game through, like, means of paying for it, you know, because it's just not available at all anymore, then you can pirate it. But I feel like good games should be supported and bought if it is a viable option and the money is actually going to the company that made the game that you want to support. You know what I mean? So, like, buying games secondhand from, like, a game store and stuff is, like, chill, whatever, you know? But, like, you know, just games that you can't access anymore, you know, just pirate them. Like, I think that's fine. But if the money will go to, like, you know, the people who made it, right? Please, everyone go to the, everybody go to the Stop Killing Games petition. Just go. Just go, 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 go. I can't sign it because I live in the US. I don't know if that's actually how that works, but I don't think I can sign it. But, let me actually, hold on, I'm advertising this now. I want to make sure that I know, so there's like a couple different petitions. Oh, I'm being blinded. Hold on. Okay. I'll just read you guys what the site says right here. Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. An increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods with no stated expiration date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as the support from the publisher ends. So this is like multiplayer, stuff like that too, you know? This practice is a form of planned obsolescence and is not only detrimental to customers, but makes preservation effectively impossible. Furthermore, the legality of this practice is largely untested in many countries. So this Stop Killing Games initiative is basically like to combat that and be like, hey man, this is wrong. If I buy it, you know, like, come on. Like, right? Like this, like these should be preserved also, like, for the history of game making and stuff. I think that it's a really good initiative. I think this is a very good thing that needs to be brought up and challenged by people and consumers who like to play games and stuff, because it is a big deal, you know? If I have a game, like, let me think about this. So, like, or how to say this. From what I understand of this, is like with the old inaccessible games, you know, like it's no longer being supported or remade, right? You know, make it accessible. I'm not a business person, but I think Nintendo could be doing better, and other game companies, you know. Anyways, but like especially with games that are digital only, you know. I'm gonna draw this character, by the way, because I like this dragon. It's like you should be able to get it and preserve it and play it. It's game history, and it just goes poof when the publisher says there's no money because there's no money in it because live service. Yeah, it's Ah, it just boils my beans. It boils my beans! I like the shape of this thing. So we're just gonna... I really want to buy a 3DS to mod, though. I think I am going to do it eventually. I just have to wait until I have, Hold on. I just read what you said, Crab. I heard Ubisoft Terms of Service states when they decide to shut down a game, you are required to destroy your physical copy. Is that true? Man, hold on. You said you heard about it. Let's see. We'll see if this is... Yeah, Ubisoft wants gamers to destroy all copies of a game once it goes offline. This is according to Reddit. So I think this is a quote. Yeah, okay. Section 8 of the document says, you and Ubisoft, or its licensors, may terminate this EULA at any time, for any reason. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Wait, never mind, hold on. That was a... Oh, okay, the company has updated its, EULA, or EULA, which now states that those who own the product must destroy all of the copies at all costs. Ah, okay, here it is. You must immediately uninstall the product and destroy all copies of the product in your possession. Dookie! Dookie! Poop doo-doo! Poop doo-doo on you! If you buy it, you should own it! I buy it, it's mine! You can't take it from me! I just don't understand. It... What's your boggle, dude? It's so, like, makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Oh my gosh. I would start copying out of spite, yeah. I did hear, so, like, okay. I have a big criticism over Nintendo right now and their online, so they have the online membership, right? And with the membership, depending on what you're paying a month, you can download the, like, their emulators that they have for the NES, SNES. They came out with the one for the Game Boy and all that, the GameCube, and so now those games are accessible. However, because you are paying for a service, you don't actually own them on your system. So any of those games can be taken off at any time, and I'm really bothered by that. Because I'm thinking about long-term, in the future, the money that I'm paying monthly to, and I'm doing this, like, by my own choice. I am giving, not monthly, yearly, sorry. That was my bad. I didn't state that clearly enough. Or I got it mixed up. Yearly, I'm paying for that subscription to be able to play their games that they have put on these emulators. In the future, whenever they discontinue that service, because we all know it's inevitable, I will not have access to those games. Which bothers me. Because I feel like they would benefit so much more if they didn't make it a service, if they updated the Nintendo eShop like how it was on the 3DS. The 3DS's eShop was the best, in my opinion, eShop ever, okay? If they updated their eShop so you could actually buy and own those games. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. I genuinely don't. Because, of course, you know, these games are available. They are made available. You don't own them, you can't keep them. In the future, they will go away, you know? And I'm waiting for that to happen, because yes, I take advantage of the service too, but it won't stay. I know that. And I will not be able to keep these games on my console, and they will discontinue it at some point in time. If they don't, I will be surprised. But because I haven't spent money on each individual game on that I am playing, it's not mine. You know? It's literally up to whether Nintendo wants to keep it or not. Another bonus to having a cat. While they're sleeping, you can use them as a phone stand. That's amazing. I'll be sure to tell, Danny that. But her cat's a little kitten at the moment, so I don't know if he's big enough to be used as a phone stand. Guys, I love games so much, and as much as I love them, I also hate them because of things. But I think because I love them more than I have the ability to criticize them. Oh, my cat is sleeping on my legs. I can't use him for anything. It's really funny. Oh man, I am still looking for a physical copy of Earthbound. Have I told you guys, like, about my amazing adventures in, seeing a physical copy of Earthbound, not buying it, it being sold, and then me regretting not buying it, because that definitely happened in my life. Yeah, I hate the companies, not the games. It's just bad decisions and stuff. Oh my gosh. No, like, I went to this game store that's here. I love and hate this game store. I love and hate this game store so much. So, this guy runs this store here, and it serves as his, like, public display of his game collection, and also a store where you can buy games. So, any game that he doesn't really want to sell, he will upcharge for an insane amount, okay? Which, at that point, like, don't display it to sell, which he doesn't do, like, everything, you know? Like, what doesn't have a price tag is not for sale, but I take issue with it because it's also displayed as if it's for sale, which is, oh my gosh, it's just a pet peeve of mine. Because I see things that I want to buy, and then there's no price tag, and I can't buy it. But, one of the games that I want in that store is Earthbound, right? And it is the boxed. It is the boxed copy of Earthbound. And if you guys don't know what the Earthbound box looks like, it's massive. So, fun fact, because today we're just talking about video games. And somewhat drawing. So, if you guys don't know, the Earthbound box was, like, made huge, and it included the manual, it included the game, it included all of that. It was produced that way and packaged that way because, they didn't think the game would sell well in the US, really. Which it didn't, and that's why it's rare. But they have this in the game store that I love to go to. I love and hate to go to. It is $7,000. Price tag says it. Makes me explode. Makes me just... It boils my beans. And it makes me sad anytime I see it. Because I'm like, wow. I want that box. But why is it $7,000? I don't know. $7,000! Kills me! Anyways, apparently it hasn't been opened that much, the box hadn't, and it's in really good condition. Once I'm rich in the future, I will probably buy it, but it also does not make any sense to me as to why it costs that much. It's ridiculous. And I guess, he also has a Halo or Mountain Dew, I don't remember what it was, but I think it was a Mountain Dew edition Xbox, and it was, like, set up and, like, displayed, and I guess the owner of the store changed his mind whenever somebody actually wanted to buy it, and that, I took issue with that, but the game store is literally the only place to get actually good, like, retro games and stuff here where I live. It boggles my mind! Yeah, so Earthbound is expensive like that, literally just because it didn't sell well in, the US here. Because, like, I don't know, it wasn't advertised good. One of the adverts literally was like, this game stinks, and it was supposed to, like, lean into the humor of it, but it really just, like, didn't do well. But yeah, I just, like, nobody bought it, and so it just there wasn't that many copies floating around to begin with. And now there's really no copies floating around because the game came out in like 98. So I think 98. That's probably completely wrong. The game came out before the 2000s. Yes! Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Bunkies. Dude, I'm always like, the box is good, but it's there to be opened because it is games. This is a rant. This is a big rant. I'm gonna say words that I absolutely 100% mean. I collect games personally. However, I don't keep my games pristine in the sense of, if I get a box, the box will be opened. You know? Like, oh, dude, a Virtual Boy in a completely beat up OG box, I do not care for. The machine, yes, literally. I don't really care if you have a factory sealed, you know, like, most expensive game in the world. Alright? I don't care if that's factory sealed or what. If you're not gonna sell it, or please open the box! That's what I'm trying to get at. Every game that needs to be in a museum and preserved is in a museum and preserved. You're not doing anything by keeping it unopened in the box, except for inflating your ego. You're not gonna touch it. You're not gonna play it. You're not gonna enjoy it. It's just there. If you want to get something you could stare at, get a painting, not a video game. Video games are meant to be played. Play them, please. It's so, it boils my beans. Please, play the game as its intended use. Golly, get a picture if you want to look at something. Don't get a video game. Your grubby hands are supposed to get all over it. Things don't last forever. You don't last forever. Buy it and play it. Have that experience instead of just looking at it. It makes me so mad. Yes! God! I love Crim Rants. This is great. Good, because like barely any drawings are getting done because I'm so passionate about this. I'm so literally like the mentality, like, I don't understand. If you're gonna collect something to look at, get something that you're meant to collect and look at, not a video game. And you know what? There's probably a really good counter argument for what I'm saying out there. There probably is, you know? But like, oh man. I remember the few times Crimrants have come to me personally, usually Pokemon, yes. That has happened. Oh, it's a game, not a painting, yes. Like, I just, you know, it hurts. It hurts to see. I go to that game store and I see that there are these boxes of games that have never been opened. They're factory sealed. They're on display. And I see it. I'm like, this will never get used for its intended purpose. There is no love in that console. There is no love put into that console. Sometimes I love it whenever I find a game console, like a DS, you know? And I go to a yard sale and I find it and it's got stickers on it, it's got little scratch marks, like it's got glitter and stuff, it's got personality, because it was used. Who cares if it's destroyed, if it works? Glad I joined today, good. Like, I take really good care of my consoles, and yeah, I do keep the box and stuff. That is something that I do. I like to keep the boxes of the consoles that I buy. I like to keep them all. I like to keep everything, like, with it. But, gosh dang it, a game should, you, like, ooh, open it, play it, use it, please. It kills me. I am the worst kind of collector because my grubby hands will be all over whatever I buy. I know for a fact that if I end up buying that $7,000 box, they're gonna hate me. They're probably not gonna sell it to me because I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna pretend like I'm in the 90s and I'm gonna open this and I am going to like have a fresh new experience. That's what I'm gonna do. They're gonna hate that, but that's okay. Gah. also, another thing that I want for my NES, though, actually, is a ROB. I want that so bad. Dude! Yes! Yes! Dude, Random Monkeys. We have the exact same views on this. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for proving my point. Oh man. That's why, you know the should I open it or should I keep it sealed guy on TikTok? I don't know if he's still making as many videos and stuff, but I loved his content because he would actually open the card like sleeves and crap. He would open them. And I loved it. I was like, yeah. And then people would be complaining, some people would be complaining in the comments. And they'd be like, oh dude, it's worth so much more if you just kept it sealed. Shut up. Evil. Okay, anyways. I can't say my rant is fully over, but that bit of it maybe. Now you guys know everything that like all of my opinions on game collecting though, pretty much. And my opinions are the correct opinions. But like honestly, like if anybody has a good counter argument for keeping a like, you know, a game concealed in the box and just staring at it, I'm open to different perspectives. I just think that that perspective is less correct. Yes! Oh my gosh, I collect trinkets, not investments. Yeah. Well, my main ick with it is like really like you know, things have an ending point. Things really do end, you know? And so I feel like there's gonna be some regret if you have this like thing in the box for your whole life and you don't open it. If you're not gonna sell it, at least, you know? Because there are people out there that like are probably going to like sell their consoles that they keep in the box, but like I don't know. Get some joy from it, man. I do need to, this reminds me, I do need to buy, the music reminds me, I need to buy, some WeMotion Plus stuff for my, Wiimotes. I don't have enough for the Wiimotes that I do own. Oh man, that's awesome. I have noticed actually, so I use this app called Game Eye on my phone, and I have all of the games that I own logged on there, and it kind of gives me like a rough estimate for how much it's selling for and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, it just keeps track of how much my collection costs, and then, like, of course, which games I own, right? I have noticed my collection has gone down in price, mainly just because of the fluctuation of games, and, like, how much they are going for now. But the ones that are, like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, since they released the GameCube emulator on the Switch 2, that game has gone down in price. Because before, I think without a emulator on your computer, the physical copy was the only other place to be able to like access and actually play that game officially. But now that it's on the emulator, the price has gone down, and I think that's really cool. I mean, still, it's like $100 or so. That's how much it says that it's estimated to be on my app, but like, it's less than it was. I think that the original price of it was like 200 something. Like it went down a chunk. Cause I'm pretty sure at one point it was like $300 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, literally, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, I got so, like, just blessed as a child because my brother bought those games, whenever they were still, like, cheap. I think, and, man, like, I remember he bought The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker from, like, the game store that I about just doxed myself, from the game store that we, go to or used to a lot. He bought it for like 16 bucks there. Anyways, no, he bought Pokemon Coliseum, the first one, and we kept it. He didn't sell it. And I played and beat that. I didn't know how much it was worth at the time, because I think I was like 13, whenever I did play and beat it. But we did have Pokemon XD for a little bit, and he did sell that one. I bought it back, eventually, but it was kind of expensive. What's your least favorite Pokemon? Oh, Bellibolt. I hate that thing. Mainly just because they were like, oh my gosh, Bellibolt is so cute, guys. I love this Pokemon. That one gym leader. They're like, yeah, Bellibolt is amazing. That thing is the worst thing ever. No, literally, 16 bucks. And it still had the manual and everything. It was the original case. And it still has a little sticker on it, you know? I'm gonna see if I can't, like, you know, make this look sick and misty and stuff. There's a chance that I don't like this pose, but we'll see. The dragon, like, this character's description says that it has retractable wings. Man, I just know that okay, so I'm streaming Artfight attacks. Normally, I think in previous years, I linked the stream to the attack that I was working on. Man, these people are gonna watch this and just see me absolutely go ham on video game rants. And for that, I kind of apologize. Shiinotic? Wait, Shiinotic? I actually never knew how to pronounce that Pokemon's name. I'm a fake fan. Will always haunt my nightmares. Yeah, that one was interesting. I only ever played Pokemon Red, and that's sometimes all you need. Pokemon Red is really good. I grew up with Pokemon Fire Red. I remember that like, in kindergarten, that was my first game that I ever played, was Pokemon Fire Red. Like, I have the memory vividly of being handed over the Game Boy, the red Game Boy Advance SP, and my brother showing me how to put the game card into the console, and I would just sit on the floor like this, playing the Game Boy. We're not helping you focus. No. Not at all. But this is fun. I could literally talk about games forever, and you guys probably have figured this out now because it has been an hour and 21 minutes, and I think that has been the main topic for every single one of my streams. I'm always talking about something, like Pokemon, animatronics, Muppets, whatever. Earthbound. Earthbound has come up so much. It's terrible. Oh, man. The Zonai? Oh my goodness. Okay, I really want to play the updated, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom and stuff. Actually, my friend Anne, she got the Switch 2, and I'm really excited about that. I haven't really played it much, because again, it is her console, and I've been too busy to actually play it, but I do want to get like the extra lore bits and stuff. And I feel like I didn't appreciate that game as much whenever it came out, which really sucks because I played the heck out of Breath of the Wild, but I beat Tears of the Kingdom in like, you know, a couple months, and then I dropped it, which is really sad. And I think it's genuinely just because I actually beat the game. Because once I complete something, then it's like, okay, well, I finished my objective here, I'm done. You know, which is sucky. But, like, there's so much to do in that game, there's so much openness. Yeah, they added more stuff with, the Switch 2. They updated it, so if you don't have a Switch 2 and stuff, I don't think that you can, get that. Oh, yeah. My least favorite Pokemon is Lugia. Whoa! Gashog! What? Dude, I just read what you said! That's an L take right there, bro. I don't agree with that at all. Lugia is my second favorite Pokemon. And, the reason why I think it doesn't look Pokemon enough is because it was made originally just to be in the Pokemon the Movie 2000, movie. And it wasn't supposed to be in the games, but then the people who were making Pokemon Gold and Silver were like, oh, hey man, we're gonna put your Pokemon in the game. And the dude who designed Lugia was like, huh? But I hope I can input my own link into the chat because I have a Did You Know Gaming video for you. Dude, okay, so Lugia has some insane lore. And if you watch this, then maybe you won't hate Lugia as much. Okay, guys! Here. Paste. It's not letting me paste it. Paste. Please! I need you to see this. Please. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, just Lugia had some insane lore. Link copied. It's just not letting me do it. There. Go watch the video I just put in the chat. If you don't, I'll be disappointed in you. Dude, yeah. Oh, I just closed out of my music. This is terrible. What an awful, terrible moment in time that lasted about 5 seconds because I misclicked the button on my computer. And now I have to live with the consequences of silence. Where is it? YouTube is tweaking out. Where'd my music go? Actually, where did it go? Anyways, Gashog, I hope that your opinion is fixed. After you, watch that. Amazing. Dude, Muppets from Space is free on YouTube with ads right now. Dude, that's information. Okay, I'm really upset. I can't figure out where the video I was watching was, or listening to music through was. So we're just gonna click on a random one. This is great. Anyways, yeah, Lugia was definitely, misgendered, because they were made as a maternal Pokemon. Now I'm just giving you the lore of Lugia so you don't have to watch the video, but, the person who designed and made Lugia, like the character, designed them as a maternal Pokemon over the 3 legendary birds. And, whenever they made the movie and made the games, they misrepresented the, character, and, gave Lugia a male voice, and also in the game, they made them genderless, which is like, I guess most legendary Pokemon are, however, it was just kind of sad because the person, I forget his name, so that's why I'm saying the person who made Lugia, the person who made Lugia, really took it to heart, apparently, but also, he was like, he was, like, crazy, a little bit, you know, but it's really sad. I can't believe that me, Pokemon Red player, knew this. It's really interesting. It's really interesting trivia. But yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I think Lugia doesn't necessarily look or really fit in a ton with other Pokemon of its generation and stuff. Mainly because it came like from a point before, not before, but like, you know, they weren't made for the game initially. Super interesting stuff. I love it. I just realized the patterns on this dragon are gonna be a little bit silly to do. God, I love video games. I love them so much. I love content. I love media. Oh man. I get excited thinking about it. I really, guys, I'm telling you, like, with the things that I'm doing, I will make a game at one point in time. It's gonna happen. Oh, hey, Blue. Hi. Yo, Blue. You know what? That's okay. I forgive you for being late. But next time, don't be late. I think... Oh, wow, actually, that's pretty fun. Gonna get pizza, see you later. Alright, dude. You better get, like, the best pizza on the menu, and not pineapple pizza, mainly just because I don't like it. But if you do get pineapple pizza, then that's your choice. Dude, that's actually crazy. $6 a.m.? So you're up early. Man, I've never been outside of the US. Pineapple pizza isn't bad though. Okay, I don't like warm cooked pineapple because it tastes gross to me. And so therefore I don't like it. Anyways, what did I say? Oh, I've never been outside of the US. And I really like to do that eventually and, you know, see places that are just extremely different from where I live. Because I think, first of all, it's educational to actually go somewhere. And second of all, I've just never explored outside of my country. But the United States is massive. So I think that it's fair that I haven't gotten out of the country yet. But I would like to, I would like to see what people do across the giant puddle. I think that, once I'm rich, I keep saying that, but it's gonna happen. If I keep saying it, it will manifest itself into existence. But once I'm rich, I am going to explore and go to Japan, first of all, because I really want to go to the Nintendo Museum. Let's do it! No. I really want to go to the Nintendo Museum, though. And I want to go to the Pokemon Center, like the actual Pokemon Centers and stuff. So, legit, I want to go to Japan just for the game stuff. Their media there is so good. Like, what the content that Japan makes, I think, is great, because they have Nintendo, they have Pokemon, and they have anime, and those are 3 of some of my favorite things. That's crazy! Why is it all in one place? I don't know, but now I have a target, and that's where I can go in the future. Yeah, honestly. most European countries are the size of the states here. Yep, yep. So, like, I think it is kind of crazy, though, because there is culture shock, like, just between states here, because my friend Anne moved, to where I live. I live in Missouri. She moved over here from, like, across the country, like, Oregon, California area. Coming from there to Missouri, like, we kind of are, like, Missouri is kind of in, like, the smack dab middle of the U.S., kind of, loosely, very loosely, but we kind of have, like, the best of both worlds whenever it comes to South and Western, like, cultures, ways of living. It's really interesting. Oh man, there's a lot we do here. Yup, it's kind of like how you gotta fully explore the open world, aka USA, before you explore the DLCs, aka other country. A little bit. There's a lot here, like a lot. The cities are cool, you know, like, but I would say our cities are pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, which I am one of those people that doesn't really know what they're doing in the city, because I live out in the country, small towns and stuff, you know. There's a lot of, you know, there's like a cow field back there, you know. I do not approve of being labeled a DLC NPC. That's funny. The US is an experience, and honestly, I really do love it here a lot. Again, though, like, I feel like exploring other countries would be pretty neat as well. Also, I feel like the food in other places would be really interesting to try. Because, like, I recognize the food here is kind of insane. But I want to know what it's like for others. You know, it has its ups and downs. Aw, man. I mean, like, I will say, though, like, here, it's very normal, of course. Like, it's extremely normal. I think that it's a lot less scary than how it's portrayed, but I think that that's also because I grew up where I am, and so I'm just very used to the concept of having, like, firearms all over the place, you know? But one benefit that I do think of it is that if there is somebody who comes in and is, like, you know, trying to get somewhere with bad intentions with a weapon, there are many good people who are licensed to carry that, you know, will be there before the, like, cops and stuff are, that will be able to handle the situation, which, of course, like I said, there's ups and downs to everything, but I'm not gonna get into it. I don't feel like I am, you know, what's the word? Not capable, but that I have enough grounds to, like, speak of this, you know? Yeah, it's not, like, it's not my place to, like, I don't ever seem like I'm forcing opinions onto people. Qualified, there we go. Thank you, Pips. Stop telling people my loot is good. That's funny. I don't really know how I'm gonna do the wispies of this wonderful dragon's mane, but we're gonna go for it. We're just gonna do our thing. I like this character that kind of reminded me of like a koi fish. Oh my gosh, you guys need to see the new character that I drew. By the way, interrupting myself for like 3 seconds, which is actually going to be longer than 3 seconds, but we can pretend that it was only 3 seconds. So my buddy Jordan is making a concept for a game. Don't know when this is going to be released, but of course, we've been talking about it, and he asked if I could make a monster character for his game. Monster character. So I forget what the game is gonna be called, but it's basically it's a Battle of the Bands type theme, where there's humans that like run the town during the day, and then monsters that run the town during the night, and they kind of both coexist. But you play in like a monster band. And so you do different, like, side quests to get more people to be on your band's side to support your group during the Battle of the Bands competition. So depending on what you've done, you can either lose or win, which is super cool concept. But he asked if I could make a character that runs or works at the coffee shop. And then this is the one that I came up with. Her name is Trout, even though she's based off of a salmon. And so yeah, but I needed to share this with you all because I just remembered that I made this like last night, and I'm very proud of her design. I'm probably gonna be using her in my own like stuff as well. But yeah, fish. But I absolutely love her. And then I was thinking, like, with the, well, I guess, so Jordan had the idea that at the coffee shop you could buy, like, different, like, potions and different drinks that have benefits and stuff. So, like, if you get, like, a certain type of tea, then it will give you insight onto other NPCs and things like that, because it's spilling the tea on other people, you know? I thought that was awesome, but I was thinking, like, with the latte art and the, you know, that side of things, if you get, like, a coffee, the latte art could be, like, different, like, ooky spooky looking, like, ooky spooky looking things, you know? So instead of, like, the latte, like, swan, it's, like, a crow. I figured that would be neat. But no, my friends are so creative, it's insane. Potentially. He hasn't talked about it much. I don't know if, he's said anything about it publicly, either. Let me look. I'm staring now. I gotta find out if he's talked about it. Okay, he definitely has. Staring. Which is really funny. I think, Kirby Yarn is underrated. I need to play it! It's underrated because I haven't played it. Anyways, I think it's really funny. I'm pretty sure that he got the idea for the game, concept because I showed him the song Lump, hold on, I gotta figure out Lump song. The Presidents of the United States? That's the band name, made Lump, the song, and it is about, I don't know. Oh, okay, here's what the song is about. Okay, I didn't know, I thought it was about a zombie chick, but it's definitely not about that. Okay, this is the Google AI overview, and I don't know how much I want to trust AI in this moment, but I'm going to read this out to you, and I'm going to quote it from where it's from. She's Lump is a line from the song Lump by the band The Presidents of the United States of America. The song is about a tumor in the singer's head and a vision he had of a woman in a swamp. I didn't know that. Unless if that's not true. But Lump is so catchy. I think you guys should listen to it. Yeah. I genuinely, if you listen to the song, like, that's insane. I didn't know it had that meaning. If it does. Again, the AI overview could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. Anyways, I don't trust AI, but that's wild if it's true. I thought that it was about a vampire chick. Not a vampire. Zombie. Why did it... It's about a zombie chick. From my perspective. Because it's like, oh, she's Lump. She's Lump. She's Lump. She's in my head. She's Lump. She might be dead. Lump lingered. Last in line for brains. Like, that just said... I'm not gonna sing it because I don't want to get, like, murdered by the, you know, copyright, which I don't think I would. It would be my cover of the song. Anyways, those are some of the lyrics. You can't tell me that is not about a zombie. That is my interpretation. Yeah, AI sucks. That, you know what? Yeah. Yup. No, because it could be lying to you. And then it's presented to you as fact, because it's like, oh, this AI. This AI scoured the internet, which is 100% reliable, and then gave you all of the information it found on a silver platter. It pulled all that from Reddit and some guy who was trying to troll. You know they flooded that crap with false info. You know? Read it, real documents. Go find the information yourself. Don't depend on AI for it. Unless, you know, you're lazy like I just did, and, you know. But at least I was clear that I didn't know if it was true or not because the AI said. You know. I have a lot of opinions today, and I think it's because I've been gone for a week. You guys just have to deal with ranting me today. Also, this music slaps. That's awesome. I have a werewolf playlist, and 80% of these songs are not about werewolves unless you want them to be. There we go. I bought 2 Wii U games, and I'm so excited to play them whenever I bring my Wii U home. Hold on. This kind of just reminded me that I was, wow, why did they do that to me? Give me a second. I realized the other day that I only had, hold on, moving my chair forward because I'm on a carpet floor and I hate it. I realized that I only had 1 Wii U game, and that was not Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. So, I went, and they were selling these at GameStop. So, of course, I bought Yoshi's Woolly World, and Super Mario Bros. U, and there's the goofy little Yoshi. I love him. Anyways, I'm excited to play those whenever I bring my Wii U over to this house, eventually. But I've been thinking about it. I also had to, like, you know, actually buy Wii U games. And then I did get Star Fox, the Star Fox that they released for the Wii U, and also Star Fox Guard. Dude, I need to play it. Also, that reminds me, okay, so I bought the Star Fox game. Hold on. But, I forget, I think it's Retro Studios that worked on the, Star Fox games. But I'm gonna put another link in the chat that I think you guys should watch. It's another Did You Know Gaming video. but it's about a Star Fox Wii U game that was conceptualized but was never like picked up for production. And the concept is really interesting. However, basically Nintendo decided to go with a different like development team, I believe, to make a different style of game for the Star Fox that came out on the Wii U, which kind of was not a good choice for them. Thank you! I'm excited to color this dragon, honestly. I have been so distracted while drawing this. I don't even know if I'll be able to like color them this stream. But I definitely will finish them on my own. Hold on. I'm gonna put this video in the chat real quick. But it's so interesting. I love just listening to Did You Know Gaming Facts. I find as far as I know, their stuff is really reliable. Again, like, they even, like, you know, if they've made a mistake in their video with a wrong fact, they will go back and, like, correct it and stuff, which I appreciate. But they go through and, like, translate old magazines and stuff, like, from Japan, and just, information on games that wasn't ever, like, brought over, and, you know, like, actually translated and stuff. I just find it really interesting. I love games. I love drawing. I love things. I can't wait to experience more tomorrow. Because it's fun and whimsical. And I finally finished drawing the dragon. Oh. If I start writing random strings of letters as per my name, it's probably because I fell asleep and dropped the tablet on my face. Okay. Sick. I remember whenever I was a kid and we still had Kirby Epic Yarn, and I didn't know if you scratch the I didn't know if you scratched the disc it would stop working, so I opened up the disc case, grabbed the disc, and started moving it around, looking at the fingernails face down on the oh my gosh. Dude, that's so tragic. I didn't know that it would scratch. Oh my gosh, I hope my brother is not watching this right now, because I have a confession to make. I was playing with our copy of Super Mario Sunshine, and I took the disc, and I was pretending to be a DJ, and I put it, like, on top of the GameCube, and I was like, wick, 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 with it, you know, like sliding it across the top of the GameCube, like, pretending to be a DJ, and I put it back in its case, because I was taking the game out so I could play a different game, but I just got completely sidetracked, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna play DJ, and I was like, you know, like, doing the thing with my ear and crap, and I put it back in the case, thought nothing of it, and put it on the shelf. And I remember vividly, my brother, mind you, we were like, you know, we have a 3-year age gap, so I was probably like 8 or something, and he was probably like, you know, 11, 10, 11, he was 11, and so, I vividly remember him putting in Super Mario Sunshine in the GameCube, and it not working, and him flipping out over it, and I didn't get in trouble, okay, because for some reason my mom thought I didn't do anything wrong, or at least, she thought that he was, like, blaming me for nothing. I didn't think anybody saw me playing DJ, okay? However, I think he knew that I was the one who scratched the disc. So he was rightfully angry at me. I don't remember. Thank you. Like, I don't remember remember what we ended up doing with that copy of Super Mario Sunshine, but I don't think we kept it, which really sucks. But yeah. I was a child! I was the age! No, I never told him. He got in trouble because he was yelling at me, and I remember being, like, lying to his face, being like, I didn't do anything wrong! It probably just broke! Oh my gosh, it was awful. It's killing me. Okay, hold on, I have to, get out the colors for this. Terrible stuff, though. I absolutely deserve to get yelled at by him because of it. Oh my gosh. I also remember there was one time where we were playing Animal Crossing, or he was playing Animal Crossing. We got an amazing new piece of Grimlore. Yeah. It was awful. But anyways, don't tell him I said that. That I told you guys what actually happened to that game. Anyways, so, there was one time where we were playing Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and if you know anything about Animal Crossing, you should know that better priced, like, fish that you can sell for a higher price have better chances of showing up while it's raining, so you catch better fish in the rainy days. So it was my turn to play the GameCube. I did that. I was like, it's my turn. It's my turn. And he's fishing. He has a full inventory of red snappers, and he had made so much money, and he hadn't saved yet because he had, like, been playing for an hour and a half just fishing and getting money and all of that, right? Well, what makes you think I know your brother? I don't know. Just don't tell him. Don't find him. I can't believe I almost missed the stream. So, like, because it was my turn to play the GameCube, I was like, I was pestering him. I was like, dude, let me on. Give that controller to me. It's my turn to play Animal Crossing. Come on. And my mom in the other room was like, yeah, you've been playing for a while. You should let your sister have a turn for an hour. I remember that. And he was like, okay, let me sell these fish, and I'll give it over, you know? Honestly, it was kind of reasonable, because he had been playing for an hour and a half. But I was a brat. And he didn't sell the fish. And then whenever he did sell the fish, he went back to fishing. So, I, being mad, was like, I know what I'm going to do to make you let me play this game. I turned it off. I turned off the console, and I never ran so fast out of the house in my life. I lived in the country, so at my old house, it was all fields, okay? So I ran for the hills. It was so bad. If my brother was going to physically fight me, I probably deserved it for that. What a terrible thing to say, but, like, I genuinely think that if, like, from his perspective, he was rightfully upset. So, yeah, that definitely happened whenever we were kids. I turned off his game, and then I also destroyed his copy of Super Mario Sunshine. But I was young! I was a child! No, I think I did get grounded. I genuinely think I did. Because, like, after that, like, you know, there was no coming back. I did not get to play Animal Crossing that day. Listen! Yeah, I know, I actually deserved it. I really did. But thinking about it now is really funny. Oh, man, yeah. I also, oh gosh. Okay, I have like 3 minutes left on the stream. I'm gonna pause this drawing, but I'm going to tell you one more story. So my brother had a copy of Pokemon Rangers on the DS, and this was before I could read, really. I think I was in 1st grade. So either I could read, or I just was ignoring all of the letters that were in my face. So he would let me play his copy of Pokemon Ranger. And I would accidentally save my progress on his game whenever he would tell me not to. Because I would go up. If you don't know, in Pokemon Rangers, there's these hovering boxes, and that's how you save your game. You go up to the box on the propeller, and I thought that it was awesome. I thought the box on the propeller was really cool. And I would go and like spam A next to it, but I didn't realize that I was saving the game because I wouldn't read anything that it was telling me. I would just keep spamming A. And God, come on. I didn't know. But I would save the game whenever he told me not to. And I genuinely, I would use his Pokemon, I would like butcher his progress, and so it got to the point where I remember vividly as a child, I remember as a kid, he wouldn't let me, like, a 3-year age gap, so it wasn't that, you know, huge of a difference, right? But regardless, he wouldn't let me play any of his games. He wouldn't let me play any of his games, but I remember the day that he finally let me play them. I remember the day, oh man, because I used to have to sit by his bed on the floor watching him play these games, and those are some of my best memories as a kid. I loved watching him play Ocarina of Time. I wonder why, but yeah, I remember he was like, no, you have your own games, you play your own games. Totally deserved. 2 times a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. Hey man, what can I say? I was just a menace as a kid. I definitely got on his nerves a lot as a child. But it was fun. It was all in good fun. I don't do that anymore because I can read now. And I know how games work, which is great. But anyways, so I'm going to be concluding the stream now though. I bet you still do it. Oh, give me more grace than that. I wouldn't do a thing. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna have to call it here because it has been 2 hours of stream time. And now you guys know everything that I have opinions on and every evil thing that I've done video game wise. Most everything that I've done video game wise that is evil. So I will see you guys next week, unless I'm not here next week. Then you will know about it, because I won't be streaming. But I will be, as far as we both know. So, I'll see you guys later. Whee!